right?
Yeah, I'm excited to see. I mean, I don't do NA, so I'm happy to see how this one goes. But overall, in terms of the draft, yeah, it feels fairly even to me. But maybe Sammy Boy takes a little bit of advantage just because they're a little bit more durable. I'm a big fan of like very tanky heroes. You know, when you use your health as a resource, where it's like, oh man, they have to use like 14 stuns to bring me down. Like that's a good hero right there. I think you should do that. Of course,
Yeah.
the damage scales way faster in Dota than health, but it's still nice to have a big health pool.
Yeah, and with Centaur especially, right? Damage and health kind of scale up together with that
Yes.
the shard pickup. Like at some point in time, you just kind of have to ignore the Centaur, but then he's
Mhm.
just double edging you over and over and over again, and that damage does really add up.
30
So
And
seconds to battle.
yeah, it's one of the reasons that I like Centaur right now,
mm,
but it does also sometimes leave you in a situation where you're just kind of getting ignored in fights and you're not able to stick on top of heroes, which we'll see whether or not he's able to do so here. GRIN, they've had a little bit of mobility, right? The troll's pretty fast. Puck's obviously super mobile, and we'll see how this force movement combo that you're talking about between the tiny and snapfire affects things.
The
by the way,
battle
he's starting
begins.
off with a wraith band on the centaur. Well, not starting off. He already has the like the slippers of agility as well as the circle. So it looks like he's going to go for it, and he does queue it up. So that is one of the best armor items. Although usually you find people might get a bit later on, just when it gives you like 5.4 or 5.6 later. Early on it's like 2.8, which is good, but not as efficient as the upgrade. Which I like that mechanic. You know, the upgrading
Dude,
of
it's
items.
so weird. It's we're living in some sort of upside down world nowadays where like there are strength heroes that go wraith bands, right? Because the armor that you're talking about, Centaur is a great example of a hero that just starts with no armor. But then you've got like these universal heroes that used to be intelligence that go
Yes.
bracers because the damage and a little bit of HP regen goes a long ways as well. It's like everything, we're in some sort of Twilight Zone Dota where nobody's going their right attributes anymore.
Yeah, but like when you play Nature's Prophet support and you're like, I want a bit of stat, you go Wraith Band. You're like, I hit fast, I hit harder, I live longer. No talisman in general, no one wants it. It's pretty
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
it's so garbage. I kept thinking like, why not have Nulls give you like 30 cast range? It upgrades to like 60 or 25, something like that. But we'll
Mm.
see. He does get he actually puts a sentry, but does not realizing that it's already like they already have a sentry there to
Dire's
unblock it
top
anyway.
tower is under attack.
But in terms of CS so far, it's like no one's really doing anything. Oh dear, let's get his reward removed. Poor guy. And he puts another one instantly. They're trying their best to make sure Zephyr doesn't get any creeps early on.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the most dangerous things is a Chen early on getting the lightning creep, right? You get the
Harpy,
harpy
yeah.
creep, it's just the lane is over pretty much. You're just getting like zapped down so much. You have to burn through so much regen that you're just really not going to be able to win the lane. Like forget about being aggressive and killing the enemy carry or pushing them out of lane. You're not going to be able to do that just because you're trying to keep up with the regen from that damn harpy creep.
I wonder if Lee will be able to do anything to the Chen other than that, besides like blocking. Do they have enough damage here? Chen? He's not that hard. I say that he's got 800 health starting thanks to that blood grenade and a bit of extra stats. So it is. I don't think that you have enough of a combo with the tiny and the snapfire to bring him down from 100 to 0. So it does feel like it's going to be fairly easy for Samson to get some creeps here.
Yeah.
Sammy Boy. What? Is it Samson or Sammy Boy? Because he's got two different names now. Which one is it?
Yeah, it's my rule for him when it comes to these casts is you refer to him as the name that he apparently wants to be referred by, but occasionally you gotta slip in his old name in there. You know?
Of course.
It's easier with Samson and Sammy Boy because like people can make that jump, but there's some other players who change their names. Top lane getting a little bit aggressive. Blink BNC. He's trying to ensure they get the Lotus, and Move does manage to do so. Hits the stomp, gets the healing Lotus, turns the damage back around on Bloody Nine. BNC though went for a failed hit on the bushwhack, missed the blood grenade, and gets himself killed as a result. In fact, Bloody Knight's gonna come back after the healing cell. He's gonna kill Moo as well, unless this stomp saves his life, which looks like it's gonna be just enough. Double King putting himself on the line. Takes a bit of damage off the tower, failing to get that double kill.
That was a great move by GRIN Esports. Like they were able to dodge so much from the bushwhack. I think the bushwhack wasn't really on anything anyway. Like there wasn't a tree there, so it wasn't gonna land. Then he managed to walk out in time out from the blood grenade and TP's back in to get the kill. So really, well, not the kill, but at least to harass Mu a bit more. So nice victory here for GRIN Esports. All in terms of CS though, it's fairly even, 14-6 to 14-2. So no one's really coming out ahead. But that first blood makes a big difference.
Yeah, it certainly does. And I think you really want those early wins against Hoodwink, who I think over time, this is, for my money, like I was a little bit surprised to see this hero pick so late into the draft. I think this is like a first pick material hero because it's like the hardest hero to win lane against right now with this maxed out Acorn Shot early Blightstone build. For 70 mana, the amount of damage that you do, and it's a low cooldown too, so you could just keep pumping them out. I think over time, it's just like almost guaranteed you're gonna lose lane against Hoodwink.
Yeah, sometimes we see a patch where like one hero dominates, not because they're amazing late game, but because they're so strong in the early game. Like you pick them, you win the lane. Like remember when Undying Decay was lower mana all the top lane. It's a lot of damage for our poor friend here, but he's not gonna be all right.
A decent amount of harassment. I think that's just the way you got to keep doing it. You keep hitting them over and over again. Eventually, they're going to run low on resources. I guess the one upside is Nature's Prophet is probably one of the better heroes in the game to be able to deal with constant harassment like that with his free trips back to base, but...
As well as the highest stat gain in the game, right? Like 9.5 on him. And actually, what does Blade 9 have? I feel like he didn't take that much damage. Does he have a bunch of stats on him? On the Nature's Prophet? A little bit, you know, just not too much. He's going for the first item Vessel here. Fantastic against the Morphling, but unusual to see on a position 5 rush. You know, it's like Nature's Prophet maybe can pull it off, but it's a bit rare to see that work out.
I hate Nature's Prophet so much for so many reasons, but one of the reasons I hate this hero is it's the fact that he can just do that. He can just rush Vessel without going boots. It's such a dumb concept that this hero can just be like, boots or whatever. I don't need to spend 500 gold, which is so much money. And obviously speeds up your earn by quite a bit. 6-minute Lotuses and a fight in the mid. Coil locking down and does manage to get the kill, though Lund is probably going to be dying on his way in. Blink denying the amplified damage rune before he finally gets the kill on Lund. At the same time, it looks like they got into a fight at top lane as well. Blink, he's going to be on out of here. He's actually going to turn back in. They got the Chen creeps with that aforementioned Harpy creep. He's going to be joining in on the fray. Both these heroes look pretty healthy, but he should at least be able to get some good damage in.
I don't know if they want to keep going for this. It might not be worth their time. Oh, wait, no. They are going to get it. Nice
whack. All right, now with the blood grenade, they've got it. Okay, well played by Blink being able to land that one. That was a bit of a stretch, but they got it.
Yeah, it took a lot of effort because originally like GRIN was going to win it. Yeah, sure they were able to bring down the Queen of Pain. Puck survives and Puck dies after. You're like, all right, my mid at least got the experience as well out of it. But that chase makes it in favor of Bammysoy. Sorry. Meantime, though, it is favoring GRIN just a little bit here in terms of net worth, as all their heroes are right at the top, except for Sam himself, who's leading the pack. He's going to go for that first item, Vlad's on the Morphling. Nice bit of damage, you know, because you go in a full Agi. Lifesteal's really good as well. Just on top lane, bit of aggression here.
Yeah, with Z-Freak coming in, Blink immediately just ran up through the blood grenade. Thought they were going to be able to get, I think, a little bit more value out of that. Still, they get a lot of damage on the troll, not enough to really put him in danger of dying, but force a healing salve to be passed over. Z-Freak being very active on the Chen because, well, this bottom lane matchup is pretty whatever, right? You can't really do anything against the Morphling, so they are free to just let him solo mid lane. Another coil going to be put to the use here. Fleet going to toss him back in after breaking the coil, and with that combination, they bring him down. Really nicely done by GRIN in their rotations in the mid lane so far.
No, but double thing is going to be fine as well because that shows up. And throws his ultimate. No stampede.
Yeah, Kiss is going to be put to work to shut down Moo and keep him from that level 6. So, nice rotation. Being able to get a little bit more off of Z-Freak would be nice as well. Let's see if he jukes it out. Goes for a TP out. Double King spots him, but a little bit too late to get a hit in.
This is, you know, we were talking about, we said that this region has had very one-side stomps so far. Like all the game series have been like that. And I thought this one would be one that goes a bit of a distance. And so far it is living up to it. As on one side you have a very farmed carry on Sam, but the rest of his team is suffering. On the side of GRIN Esports, perhaps a slightly weaker draft, but they're playing really well in the early game. So I'm liking the way the game is shaping up right now. They're going again for the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, another combo that's going to be landed, and Bloody Nine's going to show up as well. The Bushwhack, though, catching full support with a Sonic Wave on top of that one. They will turn this one around. Third time's the charm for Bammysoy. They keep on running at this mid Queen of Pain to shut him down, and Bammysoy finally decide to do something about it. Great counter rotations, beautiful Bushwhack setup by Blink.
And also this time they didn't have the coil available. They thought they could bring it down without the coil. Once like you've got to use raindrops, you got a bit of a magic wand, so it's not the easiest thing. And by the way, we said Null Talisman is not that great, and like maybe it's like, hey, it's actually pretty good. I like it.
Yeah, actually picked it up.
Support level is a bit low right now. The Tiny, although it doesn't matter as top lane here. They're making a move on Double King.
Stampede goes out. See if they can burst him down. Double King did have his ultimate, but couldn't get it off in time. Unfortunately, the silence comes in a little bit too late. Lund, though, does have him in a good position. Samson is healing up just enough, though, and Lund is out of ammo. Blink actually throws a shot and lands on the Puck. Puck gonna have to jump away to his orb. Oh, he doesn't have his Blink up, but Blink himself is going to be able to land another Bushwhack. One, my God, Phil puts them together with the combination from beautiful hit. Toss them together inside of the Avalanche and hits the Blood Grenade on both of them as well. Might even be able to chase down Blink now. Blink no longer having Scurry, is in the trees, but they're no longer his friend. Double King will come back to the fight, come back to his lane to claim the kill.
Overall, it comes out as a 2-for-2 trade here, which has been sort of the theme of the game, right? It's like we see one team get a good kill or two, and the team is able to reverse it with a long chase. And that's just what happened here against Bammysoy. But it is scary because at all this time, Sam just continues to farm up really well, and Troll Warlord, he doesn't really accelerate until he has that Battle Fear, which he's going for, but takes a while to get there.
Yeah, you can definitely see the emphasis being put by GRIN, which is wholly on the mid lane, it seemed like early on, and now they're trying to protect their troll. But you're right, I mean, just means all this attention is directed away from the Morphling. We'll see as they complete the Spirit Vessel on Bloody Nine. I would imagine some more attention will go back to the Morphling. They probably just figure they can't do anything about him just yet. Lund does go down as Blink does manage to land that shot. Now Moo's first rotation is going to pay off big time as they pick off the mid laner for GRIN and get some big damage on the tower.
And you're starting to see like the tides swing a little bit. We were having a nice game for GRIN, but losing Puck sort of twice in a row. He's no longer ahead of the Queen of Pain, which he was kind of dominating the lane. You know, they got a double kill on the Queen of Pain, so double kill, he's in 2 kills on her. And now suddenly it's like, you lose your tower mid. It's not as important as it used to be now that Roshan's moved, but at the same time, this gap is getting scary.
Oh yeah, it certainly is. And it's all the more scarier with Chen in the game, or maybe Chen makes this gap happen in the first place. But I feel like once you give away 1 or 2 of these pickoffs, it's like a guaranteed tower that he takes with this army. And then that gold turns into, you know, some of the team fight items that you need. Zfree currently has 2,000 gold sitting in the bank. I'm waiting to see if he's just going to buy out his, buy out the full mech, or if he's got something else in mind, like maybe a Solar Crest instead. But like once you get that kind of sustain, then it's harder and harder to be able to get some of these kills and turn that net worth gold around.
Yeah, their 5-man push becomes a very difficult for you to deal with. Luckily for GRIN, you like have Nature's Prophet, you have a mobile Puck, you have good heroes to do damage from a distance with the Snapfire as well, but you have a troll, so you want time. And Bammysoy is like, nah, we don't want. Why should we give you any time? We have Chen, who's like farmed up with a full army.
Yeah, they need the smoke to be able to work out, and Lund, a haste rune on the Queen of Pain means the orb misses. They immediately just run out of damage while Bloody Knight gets found in the jungle. So this 2-man smoke is not going to live up to a whole lot here. And at this pace, it's going to be, I mean, a Chen combo with Morphling, who, with his Vlad's aura that people have been going and the full agility, you output some crazy physical damage. Double King shows up to try and defend this tower because he has to, but it's not really what he wants to be doing right now. Coil on one, that's going to be Z-Freak. They're going to try and burst him out. The Stampede comes through. That means the shots are going to miss. Sonic Wave on the other side doesn't really do too much as they start packing away by GRIN, and they actually catch him. Samson trying to turn into the puck and do something there, gets caught by Flea, tossed up in the air and brought down. Now they're going to look for more. Z-Freak on the run. Now that his army is gone, he's going to be victim of this defense from GRIN. Great hold by them. GRIN, like, I like the fact that they poked and then moved back and waited for an opportunity there, and boy, did Sammy Boy or Samson give him one.
Right, like way before being in that situation, getting caught. Because we said GRIN Esports, you have decent amount of control on your heroes. You know, you have, what, 3 of them have stuns, the other 2 have like some form of lockdown as well. Yeah, you were able to remove the troll ward very easily, but it's still not something for you to just dive in. Because they were doing really well with the army in front, with the Vlads, with the drums to just damage the buildings, but maybe getting a little bit ahead of themselves. It's not insurmountable, 3,000 gold at this stage of the game.
Oh yeah, certainly. And so
Shivas.
Samson's gonna head back to his jungle area. Who's got Shivas?
So I was going for Veil and Shivas, so I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, just another aura for the team, which is what you really want with this lap. And Lund, he should be fine. I'm just, I'm a little bit worried about the troll is all.
Yeah, probably should be. That Battle Fury is going to be coming in very, very soon. Just finishing up this camp, and he will have it. And then that is obviously going to start skyrocketing. Jump in onto Flea, blow him up immediately. Flea, who was so close to his Blink Dagger, he's got 2,000 gold after that death. So I have to imagine he was just 10, 20, 30 gold away from being able to buy it out. That's going to be pretty sad for him. That's going to be like a full minute of wasted time there as he revives, probably goes to try and find some other lane or some other camp to finish up that Blink Dagger. Those are important timings to play with because that's their answer to the Morphling, right? Instant jump combined with Spirit Vessel.
And also, like, you can use it to break the coil, right? You coil him, then you toss the person who's coiled out, so you break the coil. That would have been a very nice way for them. But and if you get that, you know, if you get that 12 minutes, you can get 2 more opportunities to do that throughout the whole game, and one of them could be a big kill. So it's really unfortunate that Flea dies there. However, when he comes back, he should be able to farm within a minute. So it's not the end of the world. Just another sort of negative mark for you.
Yeah. Mowing down more towers. Z-Freak's army claims the last tier 1 tower of GRIN's and pushes himself. He actually went for Arcane Boots Drums was his build up.
Lund with the Orchid catches him, and that's a lot of fortune. And by the way, Queen of Pain has a shield rune, which I think is like such a good rune. Oh well, it's gonna be a +1.
Yeah, they go from 1 kill on a core to another one. And looks like they're trying to run down Bloody Nine, who they don't have the Orchid, but they do have the Bushwhack, and now the Orchids are going to be coming up in 1 more second, so Bloody Nine's just not going to make it out of here. 3 kills back to back to back for the side of Bammysoy. So they just find a little bit of opening and then just push it for everything they've got.
They've been doing so well, the ability to stick together. And the other side, it's like when you guys are together, you don't have any auras helping you out. Just sort of pick up, there you go, Coil, but I don't think Flea wants to jump in this.
This is going to be a combo from Flea, but it's not nearly enough damage. As the Queen of Pain, pretty sturdy at this point.
Yeah, when I saw the Coil come out, I saw Flea hesitate. I'm like, he's not gonna go in. That's suicide. They jump, so like, okay, that's the idea, but it doesn't actually get them anything in the end.
And they blew a lot of resources while Bammysoy was doing Roshan. Now, GRIN do know about it. They had this successful scan. But we'll see if they get there in time, and 2, if those missing resources cost them this fight, as they're not going to have the Coil coming up yet.
Well, they have Kisses, though. That's always a really good ability to have in this situation, but we might find them before he can get it out.
Oh, he blind Kisses, but they're already outside of the pit and right on top of him. Samson destroys him immediately. Really good avalanche by Flea, toss up in the air. A lot of good AoE damage, but nobody can commit on the side of GRIN. They don't feel comfortable about the fight. Double King's gonna make a run for it, but nobody runs faster than the Stampede. Missed Bushwhack there, as apparently those trees on the high ground didn't actually give him a chance to latch. Either way, Troll's gonna be kited around pretty heavily here and brought down. Very well controlled fight for Bammysoy, who did have the good read of just popping out of the pit there. They got caught by those kisses. Could have been disaster, but they pushed into GRIN and really worked.
Yeah, more leading the charge is exactly what we want from the Centaur. The Kiss, when they came out, they're basically right next to him, so he can't even hit them back with a Snapfire. And now we're looking at a very one-sided game. It's 9,000 gold, but as you mentioned, it's a Chen, like it's a Chen lineup, but 9,000 feels a lot, and it's 87. Yeah, I was gonna say it's like something like 95%, but 87. There you go. There goes. It jumps up to 92 now. It feels very one-sided at this point, and if you are GRIN, you have to find a way to split push the map. You do have good heroes for it. Nature's Prophet and the Puck.
Yeah, they certainly do, because they're gonna have to wait for a while. Toss up, big healthy burst of damage, but Samson, I mean, he's willing to push the margins like this because he has the Aegis, so there's no real harm in trying something out right there, even if
Good jump.
Doesn't quite work. Blink missing out on that bushwhack, and they're going to be able to get a chance to jump him, toss him back into the Snapfire, and get enough.
All right, that's a nice little bit of a pickup here for GRIN Esports. Gives them a bit of breathing room as well. These pickups matter when you have Aegis, because like 30 seconds where you're like, okay, I know the enemy team is probably not going to want to take a fight. They should be pretty happy here for GRIN Esports with that. At the same time, the Double King, he's building towards the BKB, but he's going to need about, what, 2,000 gold more at least to get it. It's gonna take some time, and when he has it, I mean, yeah, there's nothing that pierces BKB, so he should be okay. Besides the Sonic Wave, he should be fine once he has that to at least join the fights.
Yeah, I think my biggest fear for him is that he just gets kited around with Stampedes. So once he does have that, they're definitely gonna need to land some really good coils, some really good initiations from Tiny to enable Double King to actually get the damage in the first place.
Wait, Troll Warlord getting kited? What? What are you talking
the
about?
eternal problem for the old troll.
I just love how you can press R with that hero and just screw him up so many times. But, yeah. Well, we'll see what he can do with it. Chen, he can buy a mech if he wants to go for it. Because I see the arcane boots, and I'm thinking, well, you know, like, are you going for Boots of Bearing, 2 boots? I'm probably going for Guardian Greaves at some point. But we'll see. Maybe he wants to go for Pipe. There is a lot of magic damage on the other side, so both options feel very valid.
Yeah, it definitely seems like the way Z-Freak stockpiles his gold, he is definitely thinking about his item builds as well. Otherwise, he would have been buying some of these smaller pickups for them, right? If he wanted mech, he could have like half the components in his inventory right now, or he could buy it as right now. He could buy it outright. It's just kind of curious that he's not doing any of this. Fighting for the Tormentor in the 21-minute Wisdom Rune. They are it's with a beautiful avalanche. It's a great setup. Can they burst anybody down, though? They do manage to bring down the Queen of Pain. It looks like Samson is going to eventually fall here. And all they lost for it was the Tiny. They lose the puck now. An immediate buyback, though. An attempt at a stun. The kisses. Got the timing run. Samson turns in his Snapfire. Turns around with his own cookie. Lays it down. But fortunately, Flea with his buyback pays off big time. Blows up the Morphling and allows Double King to go move on to the next kill. That's going to be the Chen who ends up falling. So just, you know, they had to throw some a buyback around. They did lose some heroes for it, but another great fight for GRIN.
No, definitely well worth it. And I've actually been seeing this happening more and more, as the teams are like, wait for the enemy team to take their Tormentor. They're like, all right, we'll just take them down. Because the Tormentor is really hard to bring down. You are going to take some damage from it. And this is what GRIN did. Even though they kind of didn't, they just went straight for it. It was a good combination of the kisses and the coil. And I do think that Bammysoy may... It's kind of like you had a tier 2 right there, and they went for the more difficult objective when they could have just taken the tier 2 first. So I think they kind of shot themselves in the foot right there.
Yeah, it definitely felt a little disrespectful, right? To try and, like, you set up, you took the Wisdom Rune, which is like, all right, that's a nice little W, but trying to like do Tormentor with the tier 2 right there. I always feel like you should always take that tier 2 first. Yes. And then if you're still strong enough, take the Tormentor afterwards. But they just maybe overstep themselves a little bit. They'll go back for their own Tormentor on that side. Blink, he's going to be able to get that Boomerang. So that's going to help out the magic damage burst, especially of the Centaur, quite a bit.
Yeah, it's
the other one.
Oh, the Tormentor on the other side, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
are scanning.
Definitely, I think you would have preferred the Nature's Prophet. I feel like that one's a little bit more helpful, but, you know.
Yeah, it's one of the things I've seen about some supports is that people like to pick supports who have a good shard because you don't want to waste it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh great,
Yeah.
our Tiny got one of the worst support shards in the game. It's like Omni Knight as well. His shard's pretty damn garbage if you're a support player. So I feel like
Yep.
that's one of the reasons where you look at him like, do we want this guy? Oh, well they definitely want that guy.
Nice catch.
Dead.
Somehow lives through the burst because of the Mage Slayer and the initial magic resistance. Even gets off his ultimate to be able to get that last little jump away.
Vessel?
Doesn't get it by the kisses, but the Vessel is going to bring him down eventually. Does manage to get that kill. Looking for another now as Move. Oh, moves to the side. Misses the avalanche initiation there. Now Flea, he's going to be in some trouble. Toss his own puck up in the air and he's silenced as well. That's going to be trouble. He goes down. Double King though going to work. Brings down the Queen of Pain. Now starts putting the damage onto Samson. Morphling has been burned out of a lot of his mana. Pumps his magic wand. Turns back around with help. A move with the initiation. Brings down the Snapfire. 4 dead on the side of Grim. Double King, the only man to live. And be able to speak of what happened there in that fight. And Bammysoy got to be pretty happy with that one, though these fights certainly aren't the cleanest. GRIN is being able to fight back a decent amount.
Yeah, they're definitely getting something out of it, right? Like we're looking at it as the goal difference, not much, a little bit more experience going on for Bammysoy. Of course, now you have 2 people farming on Bammysoy and only 1 guy in GRIN, so it does add up a little bit more, but it's still like, okay, we are doing decently here. And that coil missed everyone. I don't know who the coil was on. Did you see it? I was like, oh, I think he was trying to get the Queen of Pain, but he just hit nobody there. So it's not like you're even getting perfect initiations and you're still doing well in these fights for GRIN. So you gotta feel pretty decent about it. What is the Snapfire building? I'm interested to see what's he going for. Oh, he's got... That's cool. Gleipnir Diffusal.
Yeah, this is the build that I see attempted a lot for these core Snapfires, and you know I'll give it to him. Like the Fusel Blade on Little Shredder does do a lot of burst damage.
Sure.
The Maelstrom does do a lot of burst damage with Little Shredder. Like it works. I just feel like a lot of times it's just not enough. But I mean, in this game, he's building up the Gleipnir. That'll help give him additional disable for the Troll to be able to pay off of. And you also don't need your Snapfire to scale much past this, right? As we're gonna watch Bloody Nine get picked off here in the bottom lane, no problem. And I'm saying he doesn't necessarily need to scale that much because Troll is obviously a super hard carry, but you've also got the Puck who's gonna, if he gets the gold for it, scale up really well with that Aghanim's build we were talking about.
Yeah, plus like Little Shredder with the talents, 8 hits. You know, there's a lot. You can reduce like 320 mana per burst of Little Shredder. It's a lot, so I like it. It reminds a bit of when Visage used to go for Phylactery. It's like I get the idea, I see it sometimes work, but it also feels like it's like, I'll see it. Then again, it's a gamble when you pick Snapfire and you go physical. You know, that's just you're rolling the dice on that one. And we'll see if it comes out Snake Eyes or not. In the meantime, though, for Bammysoy, I almost say Saniguay. For Bammysoy, they are still comfortable. Top 3 of the top 4 net worth on their side. And it's all on GRIN Esports to try to change that. Roshan could be up in... Very fast, Rosh. 20 seconds. This is going to be on GRIN's side.
Doing a good job of killing a creep wave and getting out. Actually got a rotation out of Moo. I mean, those are the kind of things when you're down on net worth, you need to be out on the map making plays like that, just to try and get a little bit. It makes openings like this one where they're going to pick off Z-Freak and nobody's around. They know 2 cores were bottom lane. So they found an opportunity to pick off a support, kill his army. That's a lot of time. Chen just has to go back into the jungle, but they're going to fight without the Chen here, trying to get the jump onto Bloody Nine, blow him up immediately. 1, he takes a lot of damage. Z jumps in, nice Yules, dodges the Sonic Wave, gets rid of the Orchid. Can he jump away in time? He's got an orb coming up, but he is going to get shot once by Blink, but Double King is the bigger threat, and everybody from the side of Bammy, so he has to back away. Trying to kite it back, Flea lances Avalanche, but the 4-staff gets Samson out of there in time. Moo trying to jump back in there, but again, GRIN happy with what they've got so far. Now try and jump back onto Moo. Kill Cookie mishap there. Pushes Double King away, but Moo doesn't have a way to be able to get out of this round, so it doesn't really matter. Flea even jumping onto the back line here, trying to get even more. They're getting greedy, and is it going to pay off? Samson sitting on the high ground, waiting for his opportunity to strike once again. But GRIN, they take that. See if they take the tower too, as Bammysoy are going to be the ones to reset.
Yep, it's a pretty solid fight for them. Yes, Bloody Knight had to buy back, but they don't mind that at all. And the fight just started because they were able to kill down Z-Freak. Now the question is, which team knows Roche is up, which team is going to go for Roche. It was a fast one, but we're approaching the time where teams like, it's been 3 minutes since that, since the, the possible earliest. And who can sub there? Last time, Bammysoy really suffered in that situation. And they want to take it when it's dire, so you have buybacks you can use. Well, I don't think they actually have any buybacks in this one. Oh, Lund has his. That's it.
I think I'm thinking about the dynamic of like Aegis. If you actually get into the hands of GRIN, I think they are very happy because that second life is I think really important for Samson to be able to play fights against the troll, right?
Yes.
Like it allows him just to be able to jump in full agility, blow up some of these heroes. If the troll gets the turnaround, not a big deal. We have the second life. He's gonna get picked off here, and right next to his tier 2, and even Lund may be in a bit of trouble here. As once again, use the duels to dodge the sonic wave. They get the pick off that is maybe required though for them to take Roshan with confidence on the side of Bammysoy.
I feel like every time I see Lund, he's getting hit by the sharpshooter, where it's like, So that's like, it's rare. It's like when you see the puck get hit or Queen of Pain get hit by arrow from Miran, you're like, that seems like shouldn't happen. But yeah, without the Snapfire, Kiss is maybe the most valuable spell you can have right now in this game, in this particular situation. Like, yeah, let's just go for it. And you don't want to buy back. You don't even have buyback on that. So it's 3 Aegis basically for Bammysoy. And as you mentioned, Samson gets it. So if he goes in full edge and gets blown up, it's like, I have a redo. I have a second attempt to do that.
They really heavily committed. I mean, that was a big payoff, getting that pick off on the Snapfire, because they also bought the gem on the side of Blink. TP away, not going to be in time, so another pick off to the side of Bammysoy. But yeah, the early gem pickup, I mean, that goes to show they were very heavily committed to like, this is our time to take control of the game. And because they got Roshan, they will probably continue to control the game, though Double King and the rest of GRIN are out on the map right now, and they actually just got an amplified damage on the troll. Now that was spotted. Who's still gonna jump in for it anyway, which is very bold. Now they've been caught in the avalanche coil combination here. Moby pops his BKB and trying to get away. He does eat the cheese, and they'll survive through the engagement, though it was a close call. GRIN is gonna be run down. All 4 members that were in that fight are gonna die. Only the puck who's able to get away due to his mobility. But that was a risky move. Almost got them caught there, but nice turnaround thanks to the cheese.
No, yeah, right. The cheese changed everything because that was the second row. You were able to get it, and this is unfortunate. Could start being Raxus dropping for GRIN Esports. And at least they have the tier 2 top and bottom still standing. The fortification comes out, and there you go. Lund doing kind of the best thing he can do, which is cut the creep wave so that they do have that backdoor protection for their side. So as bad as that was, the punish could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, especially the way that they were in those tier 3s already. Samson is actually going to go back into it here, try and be a little bit more chip damage before the backdoor protection builds up. One's going to try and cut mid here, gets caught by the Orchid. Self-fuels here, and he'll have enough mobility to put himself away. Oh, spotted him for a second there, but they didn't have the stun up in time. Bushwhack gets released from Blink, but obviously that information came pretty late there from the Scream of Pain, so.
That was impressive from both teams. Mu used Stampede and stood where the puck is, so you have that instant damage. It's kind of like when you use Weaver Shikuchi, or make sure you can't blink away when he comes back. He takes a damage instance. But on the other side, Lund was like, if you blink in the direction you're facing when you face shift, you can just do it straight away. You don't have to turn around. So both teams very aware of sort of the limitations of their heroes. That was very cool to watch. And it is wasting time from Bammysoy. Although wasting time, but they're also getting more net worth. It's kind of like double-edged sword right there.
Yeah. That's 32 minutes. So that's, I always feel like about more and more often, teams are putting effort to taking these tormentors like as soon as they spawn. So not surprised to see Bammysoy all move to this side of the map. And I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to take that tormentor again, despite how poorly it went last time. They tried to take the enemy tormentor. They do have Aegis. They could probably do it with some serious confidence. And GRIN doesn't look like they're going to contest either. They know that what Bammysoy is up to, and they're just going to push out the other 2 lanes.
And Double King is all the way to the top. He's just farming up here. And who gets it? Oh, nice. The Queen of Pain. So he did get that Blink's silence. used to be a lot better. What used to be like 175 damage when you blink, so that was very fun. That was when Queen of Pain kind of felt like just kind of play her as a support, but Lee pushes out the wave, and he's just gonna be fine. And Centaur, he's going for what's it called? The cloak that got Eternal Shroud. Eternal Shroud. That's the one. Thank you. This item feels really good at the moment.
Oh yeah, I think it's there are certain spells that are almost a little grief against Eternal Shroud just because they give you the damage instances right away to get to 6 charges, and I feel like Avalanche is probably one of those, right? Because it's multiple instances of damage, so I think he might just get up to max charges immediately, which is super dangerous because Centaur then just is able to double edge while taking no damage essentially.
And also, you can also just double edge yourself, and then you get charges that way, which is a little unfair, I feel like. You know, but in the meantime, for GRIN Esports, 20,000 gold behind. They are still pushing out these creep waves, but they do lose the melee racks, and they're still in Aegis for about 30 seconds. So, Bammysoy wants, they could go for more.
Trying to get his much damage in as quick as possible. Use the disperser, which he has just picked up to get rid of that Aghanim Scepter Nature's Prophet ultimate.
10 seconds left. I feel like they realize it's risky. You know, sometimes you get tossed back as like 2-3 seconds. You land and you survive on a sliver, and then times out you're like, oh crap, we're dead. And GRIN Esports, so they want to smoke out. They know the Aegis is gone, but at least Bloody Knight is deciding I'd rather split push at the moment. Plus, there's a nice ward there for Bammy, so you do not want to fight under that cliff ward.
Radiant are scanning.
Check out Hoodwink, by the way. He's got Mage Slayer and Maelstrom. This hero pumps out so much damage once you have both of these items. Like, holy crap.
Yeah, really the items, 2 of the items of the patch, right? I mean, Mage Slayer is, I think, the item of the patch for me personally, but the Gleipnir built up for this. We're seeing, like, obviously this is a big part of why they feel that Snapfire is strong, right? Is this build up a Diffusal Blade plus building into Maelstrom and then Gleipnir. Same thing with the Hoodwink.
Unfortunately, they lose the Wisdom Ruin here for GRIN. It's sad to see, but they do smoke up. They want to see if they can find a pick off. The Queen of Pain did reveal herself, and there's the Basher on the Troll Warlord. I wonder what Dad's doing though, because he is really falling behind in terms of net worth on the Snapfire. It just does not feel like this hero has paid off so far.
Yeah, I think this is the part of the game that this is why I don't like Core Snapfire right here. Is if you reach in this hole, you just don't get to level 20, and even then it's still not that good. Jumping onto an illusion, unfortunate. Now they're going to be counter-initiated on beautiful stomp there from Moose. Sets up the Sonic Wave, almost gets 2 kills. In fact, they will manage to finish off Lunch on top of that one. Double King is in right now, and he's going to try and clean up as many supports as he can, starting with Z-Freak and then bouncing over to Blink after this one, but really it's just the one. Oh, combo onto the Morph Blink, gets him a little bit low, but he could just morph into strength and outdo the damage that Troll's trying to put out, and they're just immediately going to call the GG. They have no buybacks on their side, and their base is pushed in already. They know they were going to get megaed, and at 36 minutes in, that is a death sentence. So they're going to call for game number 1, and Bammysoy walk away with the 1-0.
GRIN Esports, they had a great start to the laning phase, right?